Have you ever looked at your tiny garden and thought, there's no way I can grow enough food in this little patch? Well, what if I told you those small spaces can actually produce harvests if you use the right method? Today, I'm unlocking the secret that's changed the game for thousands of home gardeners. Square foot gardening. Let's start with the basics. You don't need a giant backyard or hours of free time to feed your family with fresh, homegrown veggies. Square foot gardening is all about growing more in less space, without all the guesswork, the weeding, or the endless back and forth. Sound good? Here's how it works. Instead of planting in long rows that sprawl everywhere, you build a raised bed, usually 4 feet by 4 feet. That's just 16 square feet, but here's where the magic happens. You divide that bed into 16 one-foot squares, like a big, edible chessboard. Every single square gets its own crop, spaced perfectly, and managed easily. No more cramming plants together, or forgetting what you planted where. Why raised beds? Well, for starters, they keep your soil loose and airy, because you never walk on them. That means roots can stretch out, water flows evenly, and your plants absolutely thrive. I use a simple mix of 1 part compost, 1 part peat moss, and 1 part vermiculite. It stays fluffy, holds moisture, and packs a nutrient punch. And trust me, if your soil's happy, your plants will be too. Now about that grid, it's not just for looks. Laying down a physical grid on top of your soil helps you organize, plan, and maximize every inch. Want lettuce? 4 to 9 plants per square, depending on the style. Carrots, 16 snugly spaced seeds. Tomatoes, give them 1 square each and watch them take off. It's all about planting with purpose, not just hope. Here's a pro tip. Watering gets way easier too. Instead of soaking the whole garden, you water just where your plants are growing. Most squares need about ½ liter a day in cool weather, up to 1 liter when it's hot. With that rich soil blend, you'll water less often and see way fewer problems with dry spells or overwatering. Pests. They don't stand a chance. Because everything's so compact, you can spot trouble early, whether it's a chewed leaf or a sneaky bug. Plus, planting things like basil next to tomatoes or marigolds in the corners actually helps repel pests naturally. You'll spend less time fighting bugs and more time enjoying your harvest. And here's my favorite part. The harvests don't stop. Pick a square of radishes, pop in some lettuce. Harvest your carrots, plant beans next. You're always rotating, always growing, always eating fresh. Even a single 4x4 bed can keep salads and veggies on your table for months. Best of all, square foot gardening is a total confidence booster. You know where to plant, how much to plant, and when to plant it. No more staring at seed packets, hoping for the best. It's gardening made simple, productive, and, honestly, really fun. So, if you're ready to get more food from less space, square foot gardening is your new best friend. Whether you've got a balcony, a tiny backyard, or just a spare corner, this method will work for you. And once you see your first, overflowing harvest, you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. If this inspired you, hit subscribe for more practical gardening tips, and share this video with a friend who needs a gardening win this season. Happy planting!